Hi guys, this is Jeremy Nett from Permanent Acres, and this is Anakin Skywalker Return of the Sith removable blade, Hasbro Force Effects lightsaber. So you can see gold buttons on here, the Return of the Sith pins, the card on here, the sliding switch, and as you can see, I'm going to be using a Shtok Customworks long pin Neopixel setup on this, TCSS conversion piece. Got a blade plug for this lightsaber as well that I'm going to have to take apart and make a longer extension because that one just drops down too far in there. So I'm going to get one that will be long enough where it'll just be sitting right flush at the top edge right there, so that way whenever there isn't a blade in there, those LEDs will light up. This one is set up for a V2 setup, so it's got both of the resistors on there. So right there's the Return of the Sith pins that are going to be going onto that piece, the cover for the PCB. And then once I start working with the chassis, I'm going to use this dummy Profiboard as the piece for setting everything up. Okay, so now I got everything taken apart on this. So just had to take this piece off of the top cover here to unscrew it. Now you can see I put a screw in here just to hold this clamp piece in place. This is where the blade actually connects up for the removable blade, and this is the bottom where the battery pack goes. I disassembled the battery compartment completely so I could get this bottom piece onto the chassis. This is glued to the bottom of the chassis. I'm going to do some 3D printing around this with the pen just to tighten this up. Going to use some black filament just to expand the diameter of this a little bit wider. So I put the chassis together. Right now it's got the 2.1 millimeter recharge port wired up on it. It's got a Sony Murata 3100 milliamp hour battery on it. This one has got a 15 amp continuous discharge. This one's got a 2 watt 8 ohm KR Saber speaker on it, and then I used a similar method as far as now the two wires coming from the recharge ports, the one that goes to the positive and the one that goes to the negative that goes to the board. Those two are right here. I glued them down to the sides here so they don't obstruct anything. The same thing with the two speaker wires. So black is the negative, white is the positive coming from the speakers, and bonded this down into the corner. That way it keeps the wires out of the way. So what I did is use a 3D printing pen with some black carbon fiber filament and coated this, and then scorched it with a little butane torch to give it more of kind of like a magma-y, like lava-y kind of look to it. So right now it's got a Sony battery on it, and I took the bottom piece from the battery pack and glued it to the bottom of the chassis. Right now it's just got a 2.1 millimeter kill key in it. It's going to have the kill switch right here, so I'm prepping to start running the wire for this kill switch here. So I'm going to desolder these two wires because I need a higher gauge wire because I'm going to be running the battery current through it. So I'm going to be running it from the larger wires here. I got my little scrap Profiboard, and I'm just got a little platform right here that I used the 3D printing pen to place right here. So the Profiboard is going to just sit down right in place. All the wiring is going to be run from underneath, so none of the wires will be coming from the top. So it should make for a lot cleaner look with the Profiboard there, and then with it set back as far as it will be, it'll allow for ease of access to the SD card and to the USB port. I got the Profiboard fully programmed. I got all the sound fonts and everything set up on the SD card as well. So once, the only thing I'm waiting on is a TCSS blade holder. The one I got in was the wrong type. This one, whenever I insert it in there, doesn't line up properly, and I double checked as far as measurements, and it matches up with the solid state blade and not the removable blade. So it was falsely advertised whenever I bought it a couple months back off of eBay. So here I run a test run where I've just soldered those wires onto the switch and gave them a good twist all the way down the length right here. So this is part of the reason why I'm doing the twist, so it keeps the wires together. It keeps it really neat and nice setup. Same thing with here from the PCB. I gave it a nice good twist. Makes it a whole lot easier whenever you're dealing with the internals on the chassis as far as everything goes. But right now that's soldered up good connections, so this switch will be ready to go. Here I am a little bit farther into this build right now. Got the wiring for the switches run to the board. This is the data line, that's the two negatives, that's the positive. That's going to be running out to the PCB sitting here. Tested it out to make sure all the little LEDs on this PCB work, everything, and it worked great. So now the only thing I am waiting on right now is the blade holder coming in from TCSS. That should be coming in pretty soon. So then I'll be doing the top assembly, putting this in place, soldering it up to the wires down here, and then right now I'm bonding the board down and the switch area. So here's the kill switch, and there's two buttons inside the underneath the card right here, so secondary, primary, and then right now I got the kill key in here besides having the kill switch.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked this video, then please press the like button.
And if you like what you've been watching, please hit the subscribe button.
To see our latest video, click on the link to the right.
Thank you again. Later.